AskReddit by Hornus Alotravala. What is the worst bone in the body to break? Breaking vertebrae are life-threatening since you could cut your spinal cord in half and die instantly. People saying femur, yes, it hurts and it's the biggest bone, but you can recover from it easily. I wanna say it's the C1 that would basically cause almost instant death. If I've got it right, it's the one that connects your skull to your spine. A wrestler broke his C1/C2 taking a routine bump, and got up and walked backstage, complaining he was in a lot of pain, and went to the hospital. Best case scenario for him should have been instant quadriplegia, and worst case would have been instant death. So doctors didn't understand how this guy was up and walking about. Tyson Kid TJ Wilson, if anyone wants to look it up. Deleted. I broke mine when I was 12. I am 34 now. It still sometimes hurts. Deleted. If you're over 65, you have a 25% chance of death in the next year due to your broken hip. This injury is underestimated. Vertebra. Source: I broke one. Oof, how did you manage that? Deleted. The only bone I've ever broken was my pelvis. The fun thing about that bone is it breaks like a pretzel. Can't just break in one spot. I couldn't cough or poop by myself and had to be on so many meds to just tolerate sitting and laying down. The funny bone. I remember breaking mine years ago. I have not had fun since. Now I work at the tax office. A broken lacrimal bone can jeopardize the tear ducts and impact eye health, potentially requiring reconstructive surgery. Deleted. Fracturing the wrist can involve complex breaks in the small bones that form the joint, often necessitating surgery to ensure proper healing and function. Yes. Thank you. The small bones in the wrist and foot are prone to necrosis due to poor blood supply, and sometimes surgery doesn't work. And nobody wants rotting bones in their body. The mandible, when fractured, not only requires a liquid diet but also dramatically alters how you speak and chew. Deleted. Having to sneeze or puke with a broken rib. Breaking the sesamoid bones in the foot can be painful and problematic, as these bones aid in the mechanics of the big toe. The tibia, being a major weight-bearing bone, when broken, significantly impacts mobility and involves a complex, often slow, recovery process. I can vouch for this. Currently have a broken tibia and fibula. Required an IM nail and many screws 3 months into recovery, and I'm still in pain every day and can only walk for about 30 minutes before it's too painful to bear. Breaking the hyoid bone in the neck, a rare occurrence, can affect breathing and swallowing and is typically associated with traumatic events. A broken sacrum can be excruciating, complicating basic functions like walking and sitting. Fractures of the acetabulum, part of the hip socket, severely impair mobility and usually require surgical intervention to restore function. Breaking the humerus can severely restrict arm movement and, depending on the injury's complexity, can affect nerves leading to further complications. A broken nose, although common, can be very painful, lead to breathing difficulties, and require repositioning if the break affects the nasal passage. The scaphoid bone in the wrist is particularly troublesome due to its poor blood supply, which can lead to an inunion where the bone fails to heal. Came to say scaphoid. Obviously anything along the spinal column is probably the worst, but as far as extremities and non-life-threatening bones go, breaking your scaphoid sucks. One of the exceptions in medicine, we're going the conservative route. Delaying surgery, let's see what happens, give it time to heal, is the wrong choice. Find a surgeon who will immediately put a screw in it. You don't want to risk a non-union. Skull. Agrees. I did break mine and it sucked. Breaking the orbital bone around your eye can be particularly severe, risking vision damage and often requiring surgical intervention. Deleted. Yeah, you really don't realize how much you need it until it's shattered by getting hit by a car. However, for me personally, it hurt even more after the surgery that repaired it. Breaking the bones in the hand can severely affect your ability to grip and perform daily tasks, often requiring surgery to properly realign the bones. The spine is a critical bone to break. Injuries here can lead to paralysis or other permanent disabilities depending on the location and severity of the fracture. Trombone. Having one of those in your body is bad, but breaking a trombone in your body is definitely the worst. Womp womp.